of morning. Tune into my weekly show, HairGasm, where we talk about food, hair, makeup, entertainment, music, romance, and health and fitness. Okay, so today's fourth morning motivation principle is stick to your principles. Okay, and we're gonna break down the word principle. The etymology. The etymology means root word. Okay, every word that we use in the English dictionary has a root word which derived either from Greek, Latin, or Hebrew. Okay, so we're gonna break down the Latin characters for principle, or the Latin root words for principle, to break down the words to get a better understanding. Okay, so the word principle is a noun. Okay, and it came out in late 14 BC. Okay, and the origin, it says the origin or source, beginning, rule of conduct, axiom, basic assumption, elemental aspect of craft or discipline. Elemental aspect of craft or discipline. So this is like the basic thing that you do. You know, a noun is just a noun is a person, place, or a thing. Okay. So principle is a noun, it's a thing that you do. It's an action, it's something that can govern your actions. Okay. So a person of principle means someone who faithfully follows their principle or a set of principles rather than abandoning them when convenient. It's something that you do all the time. I want to give you a quick story about being a man or woman of principle. So I was walking in the mall one day. I'm at West County Mall. I just left a class and I walked past this young couple. They had to be about 15, 16, might have been their first boyfriend, girlfriend with each other. And the young lady, I watched $20 fall out of her pocket. And they had walked clearly away from it. And I'm probably about 2 steps away. I picked the $20 up and I turned around. I said, "Hey, excuse me." The young lady had a tore up look on her face like I was trying to holler at her, and her guy was standing there looking. I said, "Hey, wait a minute, I'm not trying to holler at you, young lady. You dropped this $20 bill on the ground." I handed her the $20 bill. She said, "Oh, thank you." And she went on ahead and put it in her pocket, and she was real thankful. Her whole attitude changed. Had I not been a man of principle, I could have easily just put the money in my pocket. But the funny part about that is when you do good, good always comes back to you. So I left outside the mall and I found a $100 bill on the ground, but nobody around either. That I put in my pocket. There was nobody around. So one time I didn't have a vehicle and I prayed earlier that day because I was having a really rough time catching the bus. Money wasn't flowing like it needed to. You know, I probably had like 1 or 2 bus tickets left to carry me out through the week. And I was in the shopping line at Shopping Save. And there was a lady that was standing in front of me. And I had prayed prior to me going in. I only had like maybe $2 or $3 to my name. Having a real rough time. I grabbed me some ramen noodles. I got me a little pack of ramen. She said, "Sir, put that back." I'm talking about this woman had to be about 40 years old. She looked at me and she said, "Put those noodles back." She demanded I put them back. Then she said, "Go grab you a steak. I got you a potato." And she said, "Go get you a drink." I said, I was thrown off. I had never met this woman a day in my life. And she told me to get a steak, potatoes, and a drink. Now, mind you, I had $2 or $3 to my name. And I went to the cashier's line with this $2 or $3. This was finna be my meal. I don't like asking people for stuff, you know, because sometimes people act funny. You don't know what their situation is, and I don't like being a burden to nobody. This lady bought me a steak, a $5 steak. This mug was thick. And bought me a potato and a nice gallon drink, because I'm a healthy brother. You know what I'm saying? I've always been solid manny my whole life. So, and she paid for everything. Like, literally, I prayed before I walked in, and what manifested was this woman buying me my meal. I kept the ramen noodles, excuse me. But it just showed me like how being a man of principle, you always find yourself being blessed with more opportunities and with more resources. It's better to have resources from relationship than it is to have money, because money is a liquid asset. You know, you can go sell something and get some money, but to have a resource is valuable. So mind you, after she paid for my meal, as I was walking out of the line on the ground, I found a monthly bus, excuse me, not a monthly, I found a semester bus pass. That's a bus pass that lasts for 6 months. And I still had my St. Louis Community College ID at the time. So mind you, prior to me going into the store, I had $3 to my name, and I had 2 bus tickets, and I was having a rough time. And I prayed before I went in. And after I went in, a lady bought my food for me, probably about a $10 meal. And as I was walking through the line, I found a semester bus pass on the ground that was worth at least $250. And I really needed it. I didn't have to do nothing illegal. I ain't had to do nothing crazy. All I did was pray. I asked God for it. I maintained being a man of principle, and it manifested for me. So I want to encourage you, young ladies, young men, be a man or woman of principle. Find out principles that work for you. Godly principles work for me. I was raised up in the church. My mama a pastor. My uncle is a pastor. I got evangelists in my family. Godly principles work. And really, a lot of it stems from understanding the laws of the universe. There are universal laws that if you follow these laws and principles, there's a lot of spiritual things that will manifest in your life. I want to encourage you to remain being a man or woman of principle, treating others with respect, what they call the golden rule. My grandma taught me the golden rule when I had to be like 5 years old. This the story. My grandma used to always go to Grandpa Pigeon. She used to go to Snooks, Shop and Save, and she would go to the candy section, and she would get her the little yellow round suckers. She would get the peppermint. She would get the little red cinnamon gummy bears. She put them all in the big bag. She would leave with a nice sized bag like this big, at least once or twice a week. And she would suck on the candy while she was in the kitchen cooking. So my mom took us to the penny candy store earlier that day. We met our grandma at the house. I had my candy on the table. Grandma had just bought her candy, and I love cinnamon gummy bears. This is my favorite candy that my grandma had. So my grandma say, "John, can I have some of your candy?" I'm 5 years old. I say, "No, Grandma." And I'm like, I'm serious. I like my candy. I wanted it. But then I seen the red cinnamon gummy bears in the bag. And she was like, I said, "Grandma, can I have one of your gummy bears?" And she was like, "No, John." And I was floored. I was like, "Grandma, but you always share with me." I was like, why can't I have one of your gummy bears? She said, "Well, did you share with me?" And then it dawned on me, light bulb popped on. Bean, whatever you want back, that's what you should give. It's a golden rule. Whatever you want back, that is what you give. So I shared my candy with my grandmother. My grandmother shared her gummy bears with me, and there was an exchange of what we both needed. So that's a principle that I always live by, the golden rule. Treat others how you would like to be treated. Put yourself in the mindset of how somebody else may react, or how you would want to be treated in a situation, to manifest the energy that you want back. It's the golden rule. Treat others how you want to be treated. It's a Stylist John, motivational principle for the day. I'm at an early morning workout. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Just got done pumping a little iron. Excuse my shirtless behavior. I think I'm starting to see some results happen. But you can reach me at 314-359-5499. I'm a natural hairstylist and also barber stylist. You need braids, locks, retwist. You need a men's cut. You need a silk press, Senegalese twist, box braids. I can do all that. Got pictures of my work on my page, @ Stylist John on Facebook. Stylist John MUA on Instagram and Twitter. Tune in to my weekly show, HairGasm, where we talk about food, hair, makeup, entertainment, music, and romance and health. Subscribe to my YouTube channel at Stylist John. It's been a pleasure talking to you. See you again on the next episode. Salute.